It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Broncos and the Jets coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. We know how well they throw the football, but they're going to have their work cut out for them in this one.
Yeah, they're going up against a top 5 unit in the league, and this is a defense. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Well coached, they execute really, really well, and terrific leadership on that side of the ball. So precision, that's going to have to be a key for them in this one.
left we go from Denver. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Wilson going to come out throwing. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. There's Wilson to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Teams talk all the time about stretching the defense, and nothing stretches the field more than a deep ball, and I mean a deep ball. That one didn't connect, but certainly they'll be back on their heels.
This one complete to Jerry Judy, and he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 31 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Beckham will go in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 7. Fields throwing for the out route. He finds Wilson. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 1st and goal from the 3. Dobbins going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Fields tapping it forward. Jet sweep. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lewis Seen brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. And here's Joseph Charlton now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. The Jets sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week was a bit of a nail-biter, a 3-point victory, but it's also the kind of game that reveals a team's true character. They fought all the way and came out victorious.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken at about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Denver's offense now set to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This defense for the Jets, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, and all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. Wilson. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. Touchdown, Broncos. Chase Edmonds, 27 yards. And the Broncos are back within a score. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. And New York set to take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Here's Fields. Caught by Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Fields. Going right back to Wilson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, here's Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Fields now to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. On 4th down, Fields. He completes it to Beckham. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. This offense hoping to change that right here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect it. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of first. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
Here we go on fourth down, Fields. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jets triumph, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 41-yard line. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll scramble. It's second down. Now Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. To throw is Wilson. finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by McManus is good. And they cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots. If I remember correctly, they've won a few in the years following. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Fields throwing again. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. Fields on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And they are going for it. Fields, he'll buy some time right. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield, and yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, all right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
This offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Fields. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. advantage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Fields. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up the fourth down. They snap it to Fields. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Fields. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Fields hit and the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 39, Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and with it, they have taken the lead. So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A final shot before the break. Fields. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball.
He's got a man complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Again, Fields. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Isaiah likely the target that time.
And that'll make it third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Out of the gun, Fields.
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Time for our first look at the Denver offense. And, of course, the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Quickly to the air is Wilson.
And his first pass is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, You talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Fields going to keep it once more.
A little juke. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Fields crossing route, he finds Likely.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
To throw is Fields.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, the 1st drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Pass incomplete.
This defense for the Jets, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Play action. It's Fields. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jets sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game, and those are the kind of wins that pull you together.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Broncos coming out now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team get this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Now Wilson on 1st down. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 21-0 our score after 2nd quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Williams is not going to advance very far. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Flush to it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Fields it right around the goal line. The New York set to take the field. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Now this one complete downfield on the left side, finding room at midfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but
touchdown Jets. Garrett Wilson, 26 yards. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 5 plays there on that drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Denver Broncos. First and 10.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick.
Holding. Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Joseph Charlton on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
Well, this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Ran it last time, now fields to throw.
He wants it all for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on...
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 4 yards out.
And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into the hands of Patrick left side. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll get this awfully close to a 1st down. Well, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
2nd down and goal. Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields complete to Likely. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins to about the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Fields now to throw. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Out to the right here to Wilson.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Odell Beckham with career touchdown number 60. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 15. Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 3.
Back to throw. Fields. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Jets take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Phillips now from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Russell Wilson, sack.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Returnable here from the 38. Three quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Well, we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now Dobbins again on second down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 94 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Brings up second and goal.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Isaiah Likely, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
brings up second and
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Draw play, Edmonds. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And taken at the 46. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Well, once again, here comes Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Escaping the press, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's the Jets punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick.
complete to Tim Patrick. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So that another sack for the first-round pick on the season. You know, he's shown here, Charles, in the first few months of his career that pass rushing, it might be a specialty of his.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I graded him that way prior to the season. That's not necessarily what they drafted him for at all, but let's face it, they're going to take it, and I think they'll expand upon these talents that they found and keep sending him after the quarterback.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
This offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed. So for the Jets, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.